in God. To hold on to God's. Getting ready to start this meeting. It's May 16th, 2021. Moss Genealogy Research Group. Look forward to having an interesting, productive session. It's all good. It's all God. Hello, cuz. How are you?
Hello.
Great.
Good. And you?
Hear you loud and clear. Doing fine. I'm doing fine. Glad to see you.
Likewise.
How was your Mother's Day?
It was nice.
That's good.
What about you?
It was fine too. We had it was just a blessing to be together for Mother's Day.
Yes.
Man. How's your research been since we last talked?
I'm at some brick walls with another family and just kind of stuck. Haven't done much. Been busy with helping Anthony with the Georgetown and trying to get that situated. So
that was interesting.
With that too.
That was interesting. That was interesting, wasn't it?
It was.
Georgetown.
Hello, Senor Moss.
Hey, how you doing, my brother?
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Shirley. I'm Jerry's cousin. I'm another cousin, I'll put it that way.
They're coming in. They're coming in for the show. Is that, hey Cora, is that what happens when you see us on the screen? It messes your eyes up? When you see us, is that it messes your eyes up when you see us for the first time?
Turn the volume up here.
There she is.
It's on, I can't hear you.
We hear you. We hear you. What's up, champ?
Not much. How are you doing?
Good, good.
I'm on my phone temporarily, so I'm gonna switch over as soon as my computer comes up.
That's cool. Hello, Larry. How you doing, Larry? Las Vegas. How you doing, Larry?
Hey, I'm hanging.
Good, brother. Good to see you. Cuz.
Were you to trace anything on the Robinson side?
Not specifically, but like that's on the list. Shirley.
Hey, Jerry.
Shirley. Just come before I say, hey, Shirley, will you be coming back in, or can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Are you working on your audio?
My Bluetooth's up.
Your video?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hook my Bluetooth up.
Okay.
Hey, Jerry.
Hi, how are you?
Feeling a lot better. Thank you.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone.
So,
Hi.
Here comes Val. Val in Virginia.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
now.
Hi.
How are you, cousin?
Good. Am
So-
I on?
Go
Can you
ahead.
see?
Can we what?
Can you see the picture?
Nope.
No,
No.
we just see is your profile, your V.
Okay, hold on a second. I didn't unmute. Okay.
You are now connected to Chicago,
There you are.
United.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Val. Val? How are you?
I'm good.
Disconnected. You have been disconnected from Chicago, United States.
Okay.
Hmm. As you know, this is the beginning, and we deal with our technical, our communications, get our video and audio all together.
Yep.
Yeah, Eddie's coming back in with his computer now. Hi, Donnies.
Hello.
Cool.
All
All right.
I'm ready now.
He's got his. There's Val. Here comes Mike. Mike McGee.
Oh, this Anderson. Hey.
Jerry,
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, we got the Marines here.
did you say you were gonna be in Missouri?
Yes, if the good Lord wills, I'm gonna be traveling, I think next week, starting the 25th to June the 8th. I'll be in Kansas, Kansas City. I'm gonna see what I can do about hooking up with Eddie there in Kansas City. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Eddie,
in
where are
Missouri.
you? Kansas City? Hey.
Yeah, them Heels. Hey, Heels, how y'all doing?
Good. Are you in Kansas City?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Because we're gonna be traveling too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but probably through St. Louis. So we just have to figure that out. See
No,
what we
I'm
can
on
do.
the other side. I'm on the other side of the state. So you wouldn't get, I'm 4 hours away.
How close are you to the Ozarks?
Too far.
Oh.
Oh, let me tell you, I'm having sometimes some technical difficulties with my computer, and I just want to let you know, if mine cuts off, stay on, and then I'll go back and log back in. So stay on. You know, I'm gonna be repeating that because I don't know when it's going to happen, but when we're having a meeting, sometimes mine just cuts completely off, and so what I do, I got to shut my computer off, come back in, and then I go into the Zoom program, and then everybody is still there. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time, okay?
Gotcha.
It's technology, man. There's always something you got to deal with.
Mine's doing real good. I'm okay. So
Mike, who's that? Mike,
Anderson.
Mike McGee, who's the young lady there with you?
yeah, Mike.
I'll let her introduce herself.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm
how
my
are you?
daughter, Erin McGee.
Now I see Aaron.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm excited to join you guys. We've, talked so much, and my dad has shared a lot, so I asked to sit in on the Zoom call today. So I'm looking forward to hearing from everyone.
Oh,
Great.
Awesome.
That's
It also
great.
gives her a couple hours away from 2 grandsons. So
Boys, yes.
Hey, Jerry.
Yes.
Hey, I have to apologize to you. I know you graciously agreed to talk to me a couple of days ago, and I had to cancel, but I was sick. I was really sick. So I apologize, but thank you for agreeing to take that time out to help me out. But maybe we can do it some other time. But I was truly sick, so thank you.
I definitely understand that. And as I always say, handle your priorities, and, do God's work
Sure.
first. And self-preservation is the first law of nature. So take care of yourself first.
Of course.
And the good Lord wills, we'll be here. What's up
Oh, yeah.
there?
Thanks.
What's up there, the cruiser?
that, yeah,
There he's down
that's
there.
my friend over there, boy. He good.
Good, good. This is part of our meet and greet, so just feel free to jump in. And if you have a question, raise your hand if you want me to acknowledge you. Other than that, this is meet and greet session, as we started off before we go in.
What we have new?
Pardon me?
Oh,
Yes, sir. Go on, Eddie. Yeah,
got my hand up.
you got it.
Oh, I just want to share with what I've been doing with one of the members, Alfia Shirley. She was on a couple of times. She'll be on today. I've been working with her for the last several months trying to find her biological father. We're getting really close behind it. We found her family.
Great.
We found the father side of the family. What we're doing now is we're trying to narrow down 4 brothers that was in South Korea at the same time.
Mm.
So so we're doing that. Which is really a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Plus, I got to really know him. And like before, I had her husband and I went to high school together, and I hadn't seen him in almost 40 years. So we joined back, and we talk on Zoom too. And so those are some of the things. I'm still researching. I'm still trying to find my link
That's good.
and stuff. But it's been a lot of fun.
Well,
So Jerry, no, not Jerry, I'm sorry. The man, the gentleman that just spoke. Who was
Eddie.
that? Henderson.
Eddie.
So were you able to
Yes.
do this without a name? Did you have to have a name, or because I know Jerry emphasizes don't go by the name, don't go by the name. But if you don't have a name, what are you supposed to go by? If it's just, second, third, fourth generation.
How we started with the DNA listing. The DNA list that you have is very important to narrow down the family. So what we did, I taught her how to group her family into 2 parts: one mother's side, one father's side.
Okay.
And then all the ones on your mother's side that on one side, you group them. Then you go through the shared matches, and if they don't come up on that side, then they're on the other side. So I showed her how to do that. Then in doing so, we narrowed it down to one group of last names, because her father is a Graham. Now, but she still came to us on the Moss side too. But the majority of her last names are Grahams. And so we narrowed it down to that. And we found a first cousin and a second cousin of hers, and then some third cousins. And so that's how we're doing it. And we eliminated 2 of the 4 brothers. Now we're waiting on the DNA from one of the other relatives to see if he comes up close to her. And if he doesn't, then we know the last brother is her father, and one of them never had children. So the possibility that she could be his child and didn't know it, because that's all in Korea. So,
and
that's
on that topic.
That's what Jerry wanted to do with me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
And on that topic, what Eddie did, and like Donnie's, Michelle, we help each other. And what happened with that? Alfia is her name? Is it Eddie? Eddie? Is it Alfia?
Althea.
Alfia, I
Althea.
sent her a reach out text message based off of, the photos, and she responded, and she was completely dumbfounded. She didn't have any information. So anyway, through empathy, I invited her to the meeting, and when she came into the meeting, it was quite a coincidence. Eddie, her husband, went to school with Eddie. See, he was in the meeting. So this just shows you what happens, and we help each other. And Eddie, like I said, he's my technical mentor. He's my my brother, and we haven't tied down exactly how we're connected, but he reaches in and he helps people fill out their family portrait, and so
Gotcha.
he's a definite asset to to our group.
Thanks, Eddie.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Any other comments and suggestions? Like we're in meet and greet before we go into the introductions, because after that we will. Tamara, are you live? Are you going to be visual, Tamara? I know her mic's off. Tamara.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah.
Well, I'll wait until the end because I wanted to know if what I found out the other day when I called you, and it was such a shock. Does everybody else know your story? I'll wait until the end.
Cora.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Weight broke the
I'll wait.
bridge. Weight broke the
Gotcha.
bridge. We want to
Gotcha.
hear it. We want to hear it now. Come on with it.
No, but I don't want to tell your story, but I'll let you tell everybody else.
It's all good. It's all God. We family. Let me hear it. Come on.
Okay. I'm gonna say, everyone, I just recently logged in with GenMatch. So I don't know all the steps, but when I looked at it, I already knew Jerry was close, but I didn't know how close. So when I went to GenMatch, again, I don't know all the numbers, but I knew some numbers are really, really high. And then there's a person right behind him that had numbers really, really high. And I was like, oh my God, they really, really close to me, right? So I had to call Jerry. He's like, Jerry, I don't know how to be GenMatch, but I know you're close, but who is this Barbara Jean? Because she's really close too. Is that, who is she? So Jerry said, hold on a minute. He said, hey, Barbara, come here. I was like, I was getting excited. I thought it was my aunt. Barbara Jean gets on the phone and comes to find out that Barbara Jean is actually Jerry's cousin. But they didn't know that when they got married.
No, hold it.
Oh, did you?
Say Cora. Barbara Jean Moss is my wife. She's my wife.
Right. So when he told me this, I'm still trying to put, okay, he's my cousin and that's his wife. So I couldn't figure. It took me a while to figure the DNA. It's like, well, how is that possible? I mean, she can't be related to me also.
Wow.
So
and then he said, no, that was his cousin. And Barbara Jean got on the phone and I met Barbara Jean. And this is why Monday when I found out.
She came in when she said that. See, this is why I just help people through their genealogy. She learned. That's why I recommend you get the GenMatch. And when she did, she said she was curious. Say, there's a young Moss and there's a Barbara Jean Moss. Well, the young Moss, he's my grandson, Delon Moss. And BM Barbara Jean Moss, that's my wife. And we are through GenMatch. I found out that my wife and me, we have a common ancestor somewhere. So yeah, we are related. So that's this technology.
That was too funny, y'all. This
That's
just
what
happened
the technology
Monday.
is.
I was so ecstatic.
I
It's like, woo.
I don't mind sharing. And you know what? She's related to me. She's related to me on my on the Burdell side, on my grandfather, on my father's mother
Right.
side. She's part of the Burnells. Yeah, she's part of that cluster. And
Okay.
I found that out on.
Well, thank you for letting me sharing your story.
But that's good. Look, we don't want to wait. Something like that. What do y'all think of that? What do y'all guys think of that?
You should have saw me when I got off the phone to try to explain it to my husband. He's like, huh?
I had nothing to do with it. And
anyway, thank you.
And another again, see, she's from her family. They're from Crearton, Arkansas, up in the up by West Memphis. That's where her origins are. Her cluster, and so Arkansas, and we're right down in the southern part. And so, you know, they hooked up somewhere with them Burnells and her family. And so we have a common grandparent. And yeah, that's she's related to me. And so I think that's why she sticks with me a little
Strong
longer, because, you know, she's related to me.
genes right there.
Well, my question now, Jerry, is did she put you in her tree, or did she create a tree for this match?
She has a separate tree and I have one.
Now, okay, but we need, again, she found these connections. She need to put them in her tree so that it'll come out common in the through line also.
Yeah, we're working on that.
So
yeah, hey Cora, you did open up a can of worms, Cora. Thanks.
I'm sorry. You said I asked you for. I asked you beforehand.
No, it's
But I
all
just
good.
know
It's all good. I'm
when
just
I
good
found out
facetious.
Monday, I was like, I might need a drink after this one. 'Cause I
And,
can't figure this one out.
and you know, when I sent everybody a couple of weeks ago, I sent you where Carla Coleman, this one gentleman, we're talking about the origins of the original Africans to the United States, and that author, when he summarized, he said like about 70% of the African Americans here are related some kind of way. So
I believe it.
and with this technology, what we're being able to find and is like, you know, we're closer related than we think, you know.
Let me think. Yeah.
Yeah.
whoa.
Okay, so let's go into some brief. Let's go into some brief introductions. I just want to ask, hey Tamara, are you with us, Tamara? That's Tamara Dixon in Los Angeles.
I'm here. I'm just multitasking, but I'm here.
Okay.
We can hear you. Can't see you. Okay.
Well, that's okay. She's like,
Yeah, I'm multitasking.
She does a lot. She does a lot.
I don't want to.
That's good, cuz.
I don't like to come in and out, but I'll come in a minute.
Okay. Okay, so here comes Eflin. She's right outside, and Jefferson, I think it's Jefferson, Eflin. She's coming in, and then we're going to go into our brief introductions.
She's in Lexington, Missouri.
Yeah, Lexington.
She's 45 miles from me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm coming to hunt down the field after a while. I heard they got good barbecue.
They have good barbecue down there? Do they?
No,
Oh, I know y'all got it in Kansas City. Mm-hmm.
I'm coming.
You're 45 miles from where?
Eflin, down here.
Eflin is 45 miles from where I live.
Okay.
So I'll be going down.
As people get started, let's have some brief introductions. Who you are, where you live at, and what it means to you to do research. We're going to start with you, Walt, and then we're going to go to Mike, and then by that time you'll see how they operate, Shirley, and then you come in. Okay. Let's go with you, Walt. Brief introductions,
Okay.
where you live, and you know.
Okay, I had to unmute. Walter Moore, down in Brookfield, Florida, just north of Tampa. I came in Ellison for my wife. Ended up the story you just heard. Ditto. Jerry broke that news to me that my wife and I are cousins, and so that's why I'm on here constantly. And now I'm no longer representing my wife, I'm representing myself now.
And Walt, just to add to that, your wife and me, she has higher Central Morgan's match. She's a higher match to me than you, but you both are a match. And what he was doing research for her. I'm doing this for my wife. I'm doing this for my wife. But I saw his picture, and you know, in my pictures, you know, he was a young, vibrant soldier. You know, he was for real. And I saw his picture, and it had his name, Walt Moore. I said, "Now wait a minute, now, are you the Walt Moore that matches me?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm the one that matches." And so, not only do I match him, I match his wife also.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Ever been to Newfoundland?
Go on,
And
Walt.
then he tells me you and wife matches. Yeah.
Boy, this is
It was funny, I tell you.
that's cool. But thank you, Walt. Let's go to Mike.
The Houston area, I have a granddaughter graduating Thursday down in Houston. Won't be able to make it from Florida, but it's
That's great.
all good.
Congratulations.
Okay, Mike. Mike.
Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. We're in Minneapolis, well, on the outskirts of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and spring has finally arrived. So, and the fishing openers this weekend, and so there's a lot of stuff going on in Minneapolis, that's for sure. I've been kind of trying to go through the family trees and update them because of all the new information I've been getting. I'm sure glad Val is here because I've told Erin so much about Val that she was, probably putting a face to it. So I'll let Erin take over.
Erin.
I'm just really interested in learning about you guys and hearing stories. When my dad shared the news right before Christmas, it was really interesting to me to learn because I never thought we would learn who his biological grandfather was in our lifetime. So it's really amazing to be here and to be part of this. So I'm really just glad to be here and seeing you, everybody.
And who is his biological grandfather?
That would be Monroe. Monroe Moss.
Monroe. It's Monroe.
James Monroe Moss. That's my great. He's my great uncle. Okay. Now, Shirley, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live, and what does it mean to be a part of the the group? She's new.
Gary. My name is Shirley Banks, and I live in Visalia, California. I learned about this group through my sister. We found out that we were the cousins of Jerry. And I've been interested in it. And I had another cousin, Elsie. She got introduced last year sometime, and she found 5 siblings she didn't know about, and she was, I believe, the youngest out of all of them. Just a whole brand new branch of family she never knew about. So it's just interesting to me, and we're just enjoying it.
Hey, thank you. And what happens is here's the coincidence. In the pictures under DNA summary, those pictures, I think it was 2 days ago, I was looking at the pictures and I clicked on one of the pictures. I go through them all and I clicked on one of the pictures and it was her sister, Elizabeth. But the intriguing part of it, Elizabeth lives in San Diego.
Wow.
And I'm in San Diego. And she lives less than 10 minutes away from me.
Wow. Yeah.
And so what we're doing now is building a rapport. And since Wednesday, I believe it is, we've had 2 Zoom meetings already with her and her sisters and cousin. And what happens is we're teaching them, I guess I'm teaching them about the Zoom program, and I'm teaching them about the Central Morgans, like what Eddie was saying, how are you on which side of the family? They knew some of the people on their mother's side. They want to find some relatives on their father's side. And I was able to show them how to separate. And this person here is on your father's side. You guys won't have to deal with it. So, we use it as a tool, even though they're 5th through 8th cousins, they're cousins to me. And whatever I can do to help them, I'm going to do. And young lady over there, my young cousin over there with my cousin Mike. When Mike showed up, he showed up on my at my matches, and it was a McGee, and I was reaching out to him. And at first, he was a little hesitant about communicating and getting back with me. You know, cause you see the difference. You see the difference here. And so what I said to him, I said, look here, man, I'm not gonna press you or anything, but I'm just gonna tell you, based on this science, I'm just doing it by science. You are a close relative of mine, and when you decide that you want to talk about it, I don't know exactly where, but I need your cooperation. If you work with me, I'll work with you. And now, here it is, almost a year later. Now he's part of James Monroe Moss, my great uncles. He's one of the descendants. So that's how you, Pat, and Pat, your uncle Pat, all those McGees, they're right there in that branch of the family. They're under James Monroe Moss, and I'll show you that with my through lines a little later on. And thanks, Mike, for stepping up and following science, because I really had to verify with him. He was tough.
Oh, I was. Now I see where we.
He was tough.
It was just getting over the hump. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
And you know what? They started, and that's what's so awesome about this. We'll start off. I'll make the connection because, I only connect with the people who are my relatives. Now I don't know exactly how or where, but then we all get together and start filling it out. Okay, it's this part of the family portrait, and it's not no puzzle to me. I'm filling out the portrait, and you all are helping me. So that's the synergy that we have. That's why we're close, and that's why it's it's really beautiful to see everybody here. Okay, Evelyn, how you doing over there? Cuz get your mic turn your mic on, Evelyn. Evelyn, turn your mic on.
Turn your mic on, Evelyn.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
I feel Ghost Gotti and Eddie. I couldn't get in because the storm. I know it's storming up there, so he must have been the ghost that got in.
Yeah, it's really.
How everybody doing?
Fine. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Could you move over so we can see a little bit more of you? I want to see more, not one side. I want to see both sides. You remember, this is Hollywood now. Come on over, cuz. Come on in. Come to the meeting. There you go.
Well, I'm on a little bitty tab because I couldn't get on my computer.
That's all right. You gotta fill the pad up with your face. How about that? Good job. Tell us about yourself, Evelyn. Tell us about yourself.
Evelyn, my dad was a Moss. His dad's family came out of Kentucky and Tennessee. I'm from Missouri. I met Jerry through Diane, and ever since I've been trying to get into the meetings, and I enjoy the meetings. So, and I appreciate everybody keep me up on point when I can't get in.
And
Thank you, Evelyn.
And she uploaded her raw DNA to GenMatch, and she's related to me on my grandmother, the Burnell side, also the Burnells. Right. She's related to the Burnells. Okay, we're gonna go with Val, Janice, and then Tommy.
Main man Tommy. What's up, Tommy?
I'm first.
Yeah, Val, yeah.
Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, Val.
It's great being here today, especially meeting a new relative, Erin. Nice seeing you. Excited about that. Sorry that Rachel's not here because she said she's going to be on today, so maybe she's having difficulty getting in. My name is Valeda Wynn Randolph. I'm the daughter of Ella Moss Wynn. Ella Moss is the Is that me with static? Ella Moss is my, her father was James Monroe Moss. And of course, he was the son of Reuben and City. I enjoy this type of meeting because it allows me to connect with more of my family. The more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. So, and I watched the video from the last meeting, Jerry, which was very, very exciting. And I want to thank Tommy for the information that he brought to the picture, cousin Tommy. So thank you.
Thank you. And what city are you in again?
Pardon?
What city are you in?
What
city are you in?
city? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in Williamstown, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
And I was born in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Wow. Ooh.
Okay, Donnice, please.
Okay, hello, hi, I'm Donnice, and I am not a Moss. I have been kind of following the Moss family because Jerry and I are in the same club, and I've been really busy lately with some land issues. So if you guys give me permission, I'm gonna show you something about this land issues with my family. And then Jerry, I just figured out that I could get into your Moss thing if I could use your number. Is that okay? Jerry, is that okay?
What do you mean if you can use my numbers?
Okay, if I use your Jed match.
Jen information, like I gave you mine.
Yeah, if I give you, I can.
Yeah, I can give you.
Use your Jed match to get in because I want to get into your Jed match thing, but is that okay to use yours?
But what is so interesting about getting my Jed match number?
Oh, I want because I want to get on. I want to do my family too. So I want to see what it looks like. Once I get in, I want to see what it looks like. So I can do my family.
I'll give it to you.
Oh, I already know what it is. It's okay to use. I already know what it is.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, do it. Use it.
Okay.
Because
it's my permission.
Because I share it. I share it. Yeah, go right ahead. Use it.
Okay. All right. And if you give me a chance, I will share my little thing I've done about our lands, about how Black folks been treated with its land. So if you later.
Okay. I'll definitely do that too. Thanks, Donnice. Tommy, and then Eddie.
Hello, everyone. My name's Tommy Lewis. I live just a little bit north of Dallas-Fort Worth area in Denton, Texas. I'm a DNA match with just about everybody on this call, which is a good thing. My great-grandmother, maternal great-grandmother, name, her maiden name was Moss. Her name was Mineola Moss, and that's probably through where the connection is, through that family tree. I learned a lot every time I join a meeting. It's an inspiration and a spark that starts a fire that gets me going, looking for something else, and little breakthroughs here and there, which is good. So thanks for allowing me to join, and I thoroughly enjoy.
And Tommy, he has a lot of information on our ancestors, their migrations, some of the slave owners, and from where they originated from England, from that area over there, and we haven't quite we haven't crossed the T's and dot the I's, but we're in the right area, and he fills us in with his information because he's done a lot of studying. And while we're on that, let me tell you what happened to me too. There was a guy, his name is I can't remember. It's just drummer. Anyway, this another one of my blue-eyed cousins. Let me just put it like that. Grummer is his name. I said, hey, we're Doug Murmur. His name is Doug Murmur. He matches me. And then he was reluctant to talk to me again. You know, he's white. But once we sat down and talked about it, and we found a common ground, he went back into his records and he started telling me how it could have been one of his great-great-grandfathers or the son that where the match comes in. So, once the folks, excuse my expression, that's what I call them. The folks have a lot of information. They got a lot of information, so you got to get along with them and their family. But like once you start talking to them and they start telling you their history, they go way back. Hell, we're just using this here technology just to get back together now. And sometimes that it gets to me, but I got to keep my poise and not get angry. Animals get mad, but I get angry sometimes about what has happened and what my people had to go through. And I just want you to know I appreciate everybody who is here. And so I take this serious, and I see you all do too. And that's why we're at the harvest now. We're using technology to bring our family back together. They separated us. We took our family, took our women, all of it. Now God has allowed us to come back together, and we're coming back together strong. And we're coming back together with all of them, white, black, Indian, everybody. We all coming back, and we're coming back solid. Okay, let's go, Larry. Larry, and then Cora. Introduction, Larry.
Larry.
He's up here in Las Vegas.
Where you at, Larry?
Oh,
Larry?
me?
Yes, yeah, Larry Trice.
Yes, you. Oh, you.
Tell us about yourself.
Hey, Jerry, you said president,
Pardon me?
and where my relatives are from. My name's Larry Trice, out of Vegas, but I'm originally from, and I'll be back in the 11th of July to watch a car. And I'm traveling through the South. I'm going to spend 2 or 3 weeks on a road trip. And I'm going to hit Crittenden and various parts of Arkansas. But my main focus will be in Mississippi. That's where I haven't been to, where my folks are from in 46 years, which is Shannon, Mississippi. But I'm in contact with the oldest coherent in that area. And I'm learning so much. Since this, a positive of the COVID thing is me doing all this research on my family. I knew nothing about my maternal. You couldn't hear me?
You're breaking up some, but we're getting the message though, Larry. Continue.
Oh, well, basically, I'm going to do a road trip beginning the second week in July throughout the South. I'll just tell you, I haven't been south of Mason-Dixon since August 28th, 1990. Spent 2 lovely nights in Harris County Jail there. Driving back in a cab.
Oh, okay, we're gonna have to, we gathered a lot of information. We are having a few technical difficulties with your audio, but hey, thanks for that message, Larry. All right, here comes Rochelle. Now, we have 2 new members, two participants. We got Shirley and Aletha. I just want everybody to know my computer might shut off. Stay on, because I might have to log all the way out and come back in, and then we'll still be here. So I'm just I have to do that periodically. Just letting you know I'm having a few technical difficulties. Thanks, Larry. Thanks for that information. Now we're going to, we're having our introductions, Shirley and Alfia. So I want to hear from Elizabeth, you first. A brief introduction about who you are and what your purpose is for joining the meeting. You have to unmute your. There you go.
I did. Hi, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Habit. I live in San Diego, California. I was born in San Bernardino, My parents were from Oklahoma. I think my grandparents was from Mississippi. Shirley and I are sisters. Shirley Banks are sisters. And I'm just excited about learning about my family history.
Uh-oh.
You did great. You did
Thank
great.
you.
This is a cousin that I told you I just met a couple of days ago. Good job. Alfia?
Good morning or good afternoon, everyone.
Mhm.
My name is Alfia Shirley. I was born in Korea, and I live in California, Riverside, California. And I met Jerry on Ancestry through, and he was identified as, I believe we're third or fourth cousins, but it was exciting to talk with him, to be able to identify or to know that there was a forum where we could come together and meet family members. This is my first connection to blood family. So I'm just really excited. And I have Eddie that has really been helping me dive into different backgrounds or people that I've been getting connected with. So I'm just excited to see where this is going. We possibly might be able to find who my father, and that's where that's where we are right now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what's happened is we have members, cousins who were adopted, and that's one of their purpose, reaching out and finding what side of the family they're on, and finding their fathers and mothers. And we use all the tools we can to help you to get you connected to the family. And so with that in mind, Tamara, are you prepared to give us a brief intro, Tamara? Okay, we'll go to.
Yes, I am.
Okay, come on, cuz.
Sorry, I had to unmute. Hi, I'm Tamara. I'm in LA. I'm multitasking. That's why I'm not on there. But I'm in Los Angeles. I'm connected to the Moss family through City Roberts, who is the matriarch of the Mosses, and out of Arkansas. I grew up in San Bernardino, so I want to hook up with Shirley and Elizabeth because we probably are related. I got to look on the jet match. And then also I'll be in Wichita Falls, Texas in a couple of weeks, and that's about 2.5 hours north of Dallas. And I think Tommy said he was somewhere north of Dallas as well. So I don't know how close you are, but that would be good to meet. Also, I wanted to comment on the cousins, like the Jerry and his wife and that kind of thing, because I have a match named Wanda Perkins who matched me on my grandmother's side and my grandfather's side. So I was like, how is this lady matching everybody? And so we talked to her on the phone, and she was in Prescott, Arkansas. So we talked to her on the phone. She's been there forever. She knows everybody. But her grandparents were married, and they were Stewarts and Stewart. And Stewart, Stewart, was on my grandfather's side, and Stuart was on my grandmother's side. So that's how she matched both sides, because her grandparents, but my grandparents are not related because nobody else matches them together. But that's why she matches both my grandmother and grandfather's side, because Stewart married a Stewart. Did you guys get it?
Yeah.
All right, so that could be what's going on too. Like somebody married a relative of that person. But if you don't directly match them or that side, then you're probably not related, but you have a common match, because that match matches you, one on their father's side and the other on their mother's side.
And I just want to add to it about Tamara. What happened is when I did upload my DNA to GEDmatch, there was there was one person, initial was AL, and she matched me. And so Tamara manages her account. And so I contacted Tamara and told her, hey, we match. I just want to know, we're relatives, can we discuss some of the reasons how we're connected? And you want to know who this AL is? She's a cousin of mine. She's Tamara's grandmother, and she's like 90 what, Tamara? Aline.
90, she's 98. She'll be 99 in September.
99 years old, and Tamara got her DNA, and she was on GEDmatch, and so I contacted Tamara, and Tamara.
Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
And so Tamara, she filled in that portion, and Tamara, she manages about 3 other people, even more. And Aline, my DNA, I'm 70 years old, blessed to be 70, and my DNA goes up high to the further in the generations. So when you have the men who take this DNA, have the older men in your family, if you can, have them take it. And so I reached up that high, and I matched her grandmother, and her grandmother is that's City Moss. No, her great grandmother is City Roberts Moss. She married
my grandmother's mother.
Yeah,
my grandmother's grandmother.
Yeah, she married Reuben Moss, and Reuben Moss is the common with a lot of us. He's one of the common ancestors. And
Actually,
so,
it was my grandmother's grandmother's mother. That would be City.
right, City, and you will see this in my through lines. So that's how I connected with her, and that really, I didn't know much about the Mosses, but then when I got that information and I started doing my research, Reuben and City, they moved to, their sons moved them to Los Angeles because they were porters, and they were part of Van Nuys Hotel, and they were porters. And from 1910, they were in Prescott, Arkansas. 1918, they were in Los Angeles. And they eventually passed about a month apart in 1918. In 1918, and they're buried
I think it was a week apart.
Yeah, and they're buried in Evergreen Cemetery in Los Angeles. And that's why we have a lot of relatives that are from in California.
I want us to also try to do the Robert side of that Moss marriage. Eventually, I want us to try to trace that Robert side.
We will, but like we know the connection, and we have the DNA to prove it.
Right.
And Tamara's a dentist. And by the way, Tamara, I'm going to my dentist on Tuesday.
Good.
Thanks, Tamara.
Yeah, she's a dentist, and she really helps us technically. She starts things, and I finish them.
That's right.
Our genealogy group, our boss genealogy group that's on GEDmatch, she came up with that idea, and everybody, y'all helped me, and now we're part of that genealogy project. But it started with Tamara.
Yeah, thank you, Jerry.
Okay, cuz. All right, let's go with we got 2 more. No, let's go. Rachel, you're home. Come on with us, Rachel, please. And then we go with you, Cora.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. My apologies for being late. I was shopping with my daughter and I completely lost track of the time. So here I am. I'm here on the Moss side as well. I'm related very closely to Valeda. This is my grand aunt, Valeda. But I actually came into the group because Jerry reached out on Ancestry, and when I started building my trees. So thank you for having me here, and thank you for everything I'm learning every time I come here, because it's been very useful. Last time you guys really talked a lot about reaching out, and I've been reaching out to people on other sides of my tree because parts that I was having a hard time knowing the connections, and people are writing back and giving me information. So thank you for that advice. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Rachel.
That's great.
Thanks, Rachel.
Cora?
Just briefly, I think I introduced myself the last time we were here. My name is Cora Hodges, and I know my mother's side of the tree. We're from Newfoundland, Red Island, born in Canada, but I don't know anything about my father's side. All I know is that he was a soldier, a U.S. soldier, back in, I guess, in the 60s when I was born, and he was stationed at this particular Air Force base called Harmon Air Force Base, which is in Newfoundland, Canada. That's all I know, except the common name, which is Larry Jones. That could or could not be his name. So all I have is just the DNA I have up here. So like I said, I go on a DNA. My daughter's out there, and all my relatives from my mother's side, which I know is Caucasian, but the other side, totally clueless, totally clueless. So, but anyway, I'm retired military and retired federal, and I live in Virginia, Chester, Virginia, with my husband. But my daughter lives right down the street. And Jerry reached out to me several years ago, but I was going through several hip replacements. But now I'm a lot better, and I can see what I can find out. So thanks, Jerry.
Thank you. And she just got her, she followed through and got her JMatch number, and she's pretty,
do it.
Hey, Eddie, she's pretty high on my and Donnie, she's high on my numbers. Her numbers, she's 100
Yeah,
or something.
very.
And I still can't. We still haven't been able to place her exactly in the family portrait, but we're working on it.
Okay, yeah.
Michelle,
all I know is moss is all over the place. Something with my DNA is like you just keep on popping up.
Michelle and Anthony.
So, but thank y'all.
Okay, hello. So Jerry reached out to my daughter, and I managed my daughter's account. And I looked it up, and I was also a match. And my daughter matches on both sides, and I match on both sides. I have not figured out how yet. And so that's where I am. I just know we're cousins. I just don't know how yet. And Anthony helps.
I'm here to help support. You know, I joined, but I fell in love with this group because you guys bring so much value to history and genealogy research. And I wasn't on with you guys last time. And you guys talked about the Georgetown University project. And Michelle put my name in, and I matched with someone who's down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So that family was sold about Georgetown and ended up down in Louisiana. So I matched with this Georgetown things. I thought that was an amazing thing. And it was on Cornell Hill. And I did a lot of family research over the past 20 years because I'm trying to find out about my Hill family. And now, after more than 20 years, all this Hill, especially from being on here and learning about that, but Hill, that's really the first big thing that's really happened with my Hill side of the family. So I'm appreciative of this group. I still love being involved with you guys. Thank you for letting me be involved and work with you guys. Hey, this is awesome. And Michelle's has been doing this genealogy thing for over 20 years too. So you say 70% of us kind of match. No, we haven't found ourselves as related yet.
But thank you for your service and Super 5.
I have a half brother. My brother is related to my mother. So
that's cool.
Thank you guys.
Hey, thank you for your service.
Thank you, and for yours too.
And so like, again, he got that information from Frances Haywood. She's one of my mentors. Diane, you know, they're really solid researchers. Diane Trotter, and Eddie, my technical, he helps me up with all my technical information and jumps in there. And, you know, we share, Donnies, we share mentoring people, helping them through the process. So thanks for those introductions. I just want to, out of transparency, my computer might go down. If it does, just stay here. I'll log all the way out and come back in, and we'll be back in. I just want to just tell you all that. And so, Donnies, how long is your presentation?
About 6 minutes.
Okay. So, yes, Eddie. What's that, Eddie?
Don't leave me out.
Oh, man. That's right. Go ahead, champ.
Y'all just left me out.
He kind of scary because my husband is a Henderson.
Yeah.
Go on, Eddie.
Well, I'm from the Moss branch. Eddie Henderson. I grew up in Southern California, Palo Alto, California. I left there, moved to Texas to finish college. Now I live in Kansas City. I met my wife in college and she was in Kansas City. Now, my mom has not been connected to you guys yet, but it's getting very close because I've crossed matching a lot of people. I've been doing this for like 15 years, and I've been a part of this group for how long, Jerry? 2 years?
Yes.
But it's great because I've met a lot of new people. And one thing I said, my DNA is so powerful. I match almost everybody I talk to. I don't know where every time I look up, I'm getting other names. Like, for instance, Banks. I'm related to the Banks from Louisiana, from Oklahoma. So every time I get on here, I find somebody new. So, but I like this story because I like to help, and like I said, I help anybody that want me to help them. That's my function, is to help someone find.
Can we connect afterwards?
And when you find a relative, you can always slip a couple of diamond rings in there to me, something like that. I'll be happy.
Eddie,
Yes,
say champ, Cora said, can you two connect afterwards? Can you connect with Cora and help her?
Sure. No problem.
Thanks.
Okay.
She got to contact.
All right, I'll reach out.
I'm waiting to contact me. I don't contact. You got to contact.
All right, well, I got you. Thank you.
And again, just like you see Tamara, you see Denise, and a lot of us, like Val, we do a lot of multitasking. And now that this pandemic is over, quite frankly, I've been fishing. I've been gone. So, and I'm getting ready to get on one of them planes if the good Lord wills. But now we're sort of specializing now. That some of that time, we value the time, that we have. So when somebody does step up and wants to help you, appreciate it, because we all got to be able to step in and help each other and share what you learn from each other. Share and be transparent. That's all I ask you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Denise, here's what's going to happen, everybody. Let's take a 5-minute break. Everybody take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back. And those who want to take a break, take one. But Denise, do yours in 5 minutes. So y'all can just talk for about 5 minutes, okay? Does that work with you guys?
All right, cool.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not taking a break.
Well, talk to him.
I don't want to talk to him.
Great.
I just want to know how Eddie got up in here.
Cousin that you have.
I snuck in here the back way.
You must have, because I could not get in.
I have a question while Jerry's gone. Banks, the Banks family. Do you know if you have a relative named Ernie Banks?
The Banks, let me see. Oh, my mic is on him.
Yeah.
My husband's I married into the Banks husband family, goodness.
Okay.
But I am not sure if he has any Ernie Banks in his family. I'm not sure.
You know, Ernie Banks played with the Chicago Cubs.
Oh no.
Well, you won't know till you dig into it in ancestry and find
No,
out.
we haven't even began yet.
Out of Chicago?
No, out of well, he has family in Chicago, but he's not familiar with him. He don't know him that well.
Well, since you're doing DNA, look in his background, because you might find some stuff in there that's amazing.
Yeah, I'll never know, because we love Ernie Banks.
Yeah. So
we had
Eddie?
a Banks from here that played football.
Hi.
We had a Banks from here that played football. Chris Banks.
Uh-huh. So
I think he died. He's kind of my baby son.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I have a question for Tamara. Are you there, still there? Tamara? Okay, I guess
Yeah,
she's not
I
there.
am.
Wait. Oh, okay. This is Elizabeth. I was just asking. Now, you say you're from San Bernardino?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well, Jerry is helping me out to learn how to get all this information. I'm so appreciative to him reaching out to me because I had no clue what I was doing. I still don't. But this is the first time meeting for me and my sister Shirley, and I'm enjoying it. I can't wait to see what my GEDMAT turns up.
Yeah,
I haven't
we
figured
were Dixons. What was your last name?
Habit.
Habits.
Habit. Yeah. I married into a Dixon, but they're from out of LA. But yeah, Habit is my name. So yeah.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
So
we met.
Really? Wait, who am I speaking with?
Yeah.
Oh, this is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Okay. So we matched. But you know, and this is like Jerry is really showing me how to figure out where we match and how we met. So can you explain it to me?
The only thing I know is because since my mother did the DNA, I know that we match on my dad's side.
And what's your dad's name?
His last name is Rhodes. Rhodes.
All right.
But this is like the first time somebody on the call I actually matched with.
Really?
So,
Okay. Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm excited. I truly am. I tell you, yeah, Jerry is teaching me and Shirley how to get the matches and to know which side, and you know, it's a work in progress. So I'm taking it all in one at a time, little bit by little.
So my name is.
Help me. I need help from all of you. I need all of you.
My name is Sussberry in the ancestry. Michelle Sussberry.
Michelle
Sussberry. Okay. Susberry.
Spell it again. S-U-S.
B as in boy. E-R-R-Y.
Okay.
Phil is my married name.
Okay.
That's the power.
Okay.
Those are the power couples there. You got to watch them.
I'm sure we have quite a few power couples over here now.
Got a new one too.
Okay.
Mike and his daughter. Hey.
You know, and see, and that's the thing. The surnames, Sussberry. See, these are names I've never heard of, but I'm excited about hearing about it. Okay, so yeah, I need help from everybody. Okay. So if y'all just reach out to me and tell me what to do and how to do it, how to find it, I'm gonna keep searching. I can only tell you what I know. My great grandfather is Lee Green. My great grandmother is Nellie. Shirley, what's her name? Nellie Green. I forget what her maiden name was. My grandma's name is Delphine Harrod. My mother's name is Bella Harrod. My dad's name is Ardell. So that's all the information I know. But I know my grandfather's out of Mississippi. I know my parents are from Oklahoma, so I don't know. Yeah,
where in Oklahoma?
My dad was born in Hobart, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
My father's family is from Lawton, Oklahoma. I think I'm saying that right. Lawton.
We still have,
yes.
Lawton. We still have a lot of family in Oklahoma. That's the homestead.
So that's probably it.
I thought Daddy was born in Lawton, Oklahoma.
Daddy was born in Hobart.
Oh, Hobart. Oh, yeah.
You know, I got the documentation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Okay, is everybody ready?
Yes,
yes, sir.
I am.
Okay,
Come on back.
showtime, Donnies. Give us an idea what your topic's going to be, and
Yes. Okay.
and
So
give
what
us
this is
give us a little
about?
feedback. Yeah.
Okay, what this is about. I haven't had a chance to look at anything about moss lately. Is because my family has a land issue. So I don't know about that in your family, but I'm going to be telling you the story about my family and how my great grandfather bought in 1900. And this apparently has happened to lots of African American families. They have land and people are trying to take it away from them. So this is kind of a story about what's happening with this. And we've been like, we have a lawyer, and I'll tell you about this as I'm going along. Shouldn't take too long. But I wanted you just awareness issue. Okay, so this is my great grandfather, Joseph P. Smith, and our land is in Plain Dealing, Louisiana. Okay, so this is my second great grandfather, Samuel and Caroline, and these are all the family. So this is my great grandfather, Joseph, right here, and this is an older brother, Granville, and these are all the sisters and brothers that I have born. These are all born in the 1700s. So he was born in 1721, 1776. They're all born in the 1700s. This is my family back. Okay, so in 1900, Joe Smith, who's my second great grandfather, and his older brother, Granville, they were 29 years old and they bought 80 acres of land for $175. Okay, that would be worth $5,500 today. And they bought this land. And what they bought was this land was timberland, and it was excess land from when the railroads, the railroad had gone through, and so they had left over land, so they sold it. And so it was a really good deal because in 1900, the average cost of land was $20 per acre. And they got it for $2 per acre. So it was kind of a nice deal. And this is the information. So when you buy land, if you look around, if you haven't looked around to see if you have any land in your family, it's there. It stayed there forever. So you can always find out if there's any land. So this is the land right here. I went to go see the land. There it is right here. It's out in the nowhere. There's nothing around it. And when I went to see it, the people told me to be careful. There's snakes out there. So I didn't go walk on it because I didn't want to run into any of the snakes. Okay, so it looks like that. That's what it looks like. It's just green, all over grand.
What city is, what state is it in?
Louisiana.
Okay.
Louisiana. Now, the story of African Americans, this is an interesting thing that happened, is the boll weevils. So
Yes.
the boll weevils came along and it came to Louisiana. So my family moved from Louisiana to Oklahoma to get rid of the boll weevils. So that might have happened in your family too, that they moved from someplace because of the boll weevils. So they moved to Oklahoma, but they kept the land. Okay, so in 1922, Joe and Granville, they split the land up, and I believe Granville probably took it because at first land was really valuable, and then after World War I, farmers could not make as much money. So I think he probably bought it, wanted to sell it to make some more man. So this is my great uncle and my great grandmother right there. And so finally in 1960, Big Papa, as he was known, he died. And he came to California, and that was spurred on by the Dust Bowl. So that's another thing that happened in history of the Dust Bowl in Oklahoma. So they came to California. So that's one of the reasons why the family came to California. And then these were his children. So his children, this oldest one, he kept care of the land until 1976. This is my grandfather. He took care of the land until 1984. And then his brother, 1995. And then the next another, 1998. And then they had to get together and make heirs. So this is what happened. So all these people are heirs of the land, and that's what's happening now. So if you don't have a will, then it goes in the heirship and everybody owns it, and then their kids all own it, and their kids all own it, and their kids all own it. So that's what happened. So that's one of the problems. And the things that happen is any one of these people can say, I want that land, or I want to sell it. And then everybody has to go through it. So that's a thing to know, that if any one person knows that. So this is the airships. This is from 1999. But what happened was one of the people was taking care of the land, and the tax didn't come to the house, and she didn't pay it. Okay, so she didn't pay it in 2001. So what happened was this company, Bella Lago, went in and they paid the taxes. They paid $201.92. They paid the taxes, and they were able to get the land. And right now we're fighting with them because they want us to pay them $20,000 for this land. So that's why we have lawyers and all this kind of stuff. But they paid $292 to get this land. It's very fascinating. Okay, then and one of our cousins went in and he went and got, he paid some of the back taxes in 2005. And then I went there in 2015 to see the land. I was writing a book. I wrote a book about my family, and I was writing a book. When I got there, they go, oh, all this stuff is, there's problems with the land. So anytime, if you have anybody in your family has land, all the records are there. Everything you can find, anything about the land. So if you find, so this is all the different records. One of the fascinating things is we found out this guy right here in 1891, right here, you see that? This is a Caldwell. And then I found out that's who that dude is. This is my
Yeah.
but not only that, this is my 5th great uncle. He's related to our family. On my 2nd great grandmother's side, her mother was a Caldwell, so we're related to this guy. So we just figured it out that we're actually related to this guy. They owned the land, and then we went and bought the land in 1900. So that was kind of an interesting thing. And then this is the land right here. Here's our land right here. So you can see it using Google. So there it is right there. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you a little bit of story about the land. And that's what happened to Black folks all over the place. There are people are trying to take it away from them and, you know, pull all these tricks and stuff. So I just wanted to tell you about it. And hopefully maybe some on the other side, you know that, you know, try to keep up with it and figure out what's going with it. So any questions before I go off?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Parents. Okay, there's an author, name of the author. He said Black people in order to acquire land in the South, they would probably
Donnie, stop sharing your screen, Donnie.
What did he say?
Or they were related.
Larry, your phone is very garbled.
What did he just say?
Oh, is this any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't remember the gentleman's name. It's a famous author, if you do the Google search or whatever, but he stated that in order for Black people to own land, you either had to know the person that sold you the land or you were related to. So this verifies basically his premise.
Well, I don't understand what you're saying. We didn't know that because the reason why is because they actually bought it from the railroad company. So that guy gave it to the railroad company. It's for the land to go through, and then they bought it from the railroad company. And I figured that out like a couple of days ago that they knew that. So, but yes, they saved up money for years to buy that land. The family did buy it. So. And then this is happening to lots of people. They're talking about generational wealth, and that's what people are trying to do this.
And see, once again, you hit on the boll weevil. The boll weevil was a great, it changed the Great Migration. You know, we think of Jim Crow only, but because of the economics involved in farming, and most of our ancestors were sharecroppers, the boll weevil actually started the Great Migration because they couldn't make a living.
True. Very true.
Okay.
And what's the name of your book?
What's the name of my book? I'll show you real fast.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I got you, Eddie, in a minute.
Okay, there's my book. Delving into my bitter roots, how I resurrected my ancestor Granville and so for you. So
Delving into the bitter roots.
It's on Amazon.
And where do you get it?
On Amazon.
All right. You'll get a little royalty.
Great. Thank you.
Go on, Eddie.
To relate to Denise's presentation, as of today, my family's in the same battle that she's dealing with now. Our family's from East Texas, and it's a group in East Texas. My mother and father are from Jefferson, Texas. Okay, there's a group in that county that is doing the same thing to a lot of the property out there. Matter of fact, they tried to take our heritage land also. The way they do it is like she said, they pay for the taxes, and by law they're supposed to notify every heir in that family. How they get around that, they'll contact the ones that's on the list, but they won't go any further. They'll send letters out, and then if the letter's if you don't respond to the letter, then they can go in there and file claim against the property. And the way they do it is that they only have the names of the ancestors like in the 1800s. They don't go back and say that it's heir property. And that's how they're getting by on it, because we're fighting it now. We have some of my family members are working with a real estate agent in that area that already has reclaimed some of the heir property from the people that was taking the land. And a note in East Texas, I'm talking about Texas because that's where we're from. In East Texas, there's a large accumulation of oil. It's second to the Arab nation in East Texas. That land in which they trying to get now is owned by my ancestors, my relatives. And it's the largest deposit in East Texas. So what they're doing, they're going around and trying to find a property that doesn't have taxes. They claim it. And that's with everybody that has property, no matter who you are, you got to look into it, because they can't contact the actual family, so they go by what's on record. If you don't respond in a certain time, they can actually put a lien on the property. They'll pay the taxes. It's what it's called. It's a lien. In order for you to get it back, you have to pay them. Like you so it's something there. So we don't want that, but that's ours. And you can't sell it, like you said. Let's go through all the heirs. That's from the 1700s to the present day of 2021. They got to contact everybody in order to get the land if it's heir property, and they're finding ways to get around it. I just want to share that with you.
Thank you for those stories.
Thank you.
At this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my tree with you. I'm going to give you a few tools when you do your research, and I'm going to start off with the through lines. Through lines, true lines is what it is. Different people who've taken the test, they have trees, and Ancestry goes and finds trees and matches them to your tree. And some of the relatives who you haven't been able to identify, some of the other people who have done trees, they have those relatives in their tree, and then it simplifies your research, and then you can go to a certain branch, and it'll tell you who the ancestors are, and it'll show you the descendants. And so some of my relatives and each of your relatives, they might match you under 10 centimorgans. That's the measurement, but they are like the seed. And if you communicate with them, they can tell you, oh, I'll go talk to my mother, or I'll talk to my grandfather. And then you'll get somebody who's closer related to yourself. So I'm gonna show you a few of mine. And again, if my computer, if it crashes, stay on and I'll get back to you. And ask me any questions as we go along. So here we go. I'll start off with my tree. This is my tree on my father's side. It's up here. That's the Mosses and the Burnells, and here they all over here. So some of you are related through the Burnells on my grandmother's side. And that's where Francis, you see Hendricks, Hendricks, they're all over on this side. And then all the Mosses, they're up here with my grandfather, David Moss and Thomas Moss. That's James Monroe Moss's brother. And then here's Reuben and Sidney. And then the third great grandfather is William and Martha. He's the one that was in slavery, 1820 to 1900. So that's William Moss. He's the original Black Moss who has, that's where we get our name from, William Moss. That's where we got it from, is him. And he was on the plantation, and the plantation owner's name was William Moss. And so that's why he got that name. And that's why I have the Moss name now. It's from William Moss, the plantation owner. And Tommy, he knows, a lot about that. I do too. I got some history on it. So let me go to another one. Let's go to one of the through lines right here. Now on here, can everybody see that?
No, not yet.
Okay. Do you see this person right here?
Mm-hmm.
Who is that?
That's me. Valeda.
Who's me?
Val.
Oh, okay.
That's Val. That's Val right there. That's where she's at on the tree. And here's Ella Merritt Moss. Is this your, that's your mother?
That's my mother.
Uh-huh. And then we got Melvin, Eileen, and Marion. Could you tell us about this group, Val, please?
Okay, Melvin is my passed away.
He's what?
He's passed away.
That's your what?
My brother. He's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And below some of his relatives, his children listed below. The Jordan Smith is his granddaughter.
His what?
His granddaughter.
Right.
Okay.
And see, here's how this through lines, I didn't know them, but this person matches me at 24 centimorgans across 3 segments. And whenever you see segments more than one segment, those people are your relatives. And so here is, that's Jordan. And let's go with this Arlene.
Well, Arlene and Rachel can do Arlene because.
Okay, go ahead, Rachel.
Grandmother. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Rachel.
Yes, so Arlene, Valeda's sister and best friend, who also passed away in the 90s, was my grandmother. And Donna B. Wasilewski, that's her married name, of course. My dad is from, he's of Polish descent. So his side is all from East Europe. And there's me right there. I'm their daughter. So I'm coming, Arlene and my mother, Donna, who also passed away 2010. And then me.
And I'm just now communicating with, could you explain who this lady is?
That's my auntie Leisha. So you're communicating with her. That's wonderful. I hope she comes to join us someday.
Yeah, I am talking to her.
Yes, wonderful.
And this person?
That is Bonnie, my other aunt. These are my mother's sisters. So these are the aunts I grew up with, and Cindy.
Okay.
You've talked to Cindy.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Cindy in a while because she kind of keeps to herself, but Randy spoke to her recently, my cousin.
Jerry has spoken to Cindy.
Oh, Jerry has spoken to Cindy as well. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go up here for Mike's purposes. Check this out, Mike.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick on him and look at here. Could you, Mike, take over here? Who is this person? Who is this?
Well, James Clinton McGee is my father. And that's me right below.
That's you. And you match me 68 centimorgans and 5 segments. And so I just wanted to share with you, that's where with this here through lines, that shows how we're related. So now Mike, there he is, and his daughter, you see, when you take yours, you'll be right underneath there, but it shows the lines and how we're connected. And James Clinton McGee, he was 1918 and he passed away in 2003.
Correct. Yes.
And so there's James Monroe right there. So that shows you how we're connected on that side. We come back out. One more. Let's see which one this one is. Okay, I want to show you a tool that you can use that will help you find your relatives. This is my grandfather, David Moss, and this is my grandmother, Ethel Burnell. And this program, it gives you the group, it gives you all the information about them, and it's called a family group sheet. And I'll show you how to get to that family group sheet. When you have your tree, like it is here, here's my Moss family tree. I'm gonna double click on Thomas Moss. This is my great grandfather. Double click on him, and then double click his name again, because it's in the tree. And so he's in the tree. There he is there. Then up here where it says Moss family tree, let's do this. You click here. Look at that. Down at the bottom it says family group sheet. Watch this. Double click on that. And look at all this information that comes up. This comes up. There he is, Thomas Moss. And that's my great-great-grandmother, Della Heron Moss. And it says where they were from. It gives their parents right up there, their parents up there. That's his group sheet. And then this talks who his children were. It compiles a lot of information for you. And if you have pictures, you'll be able to get the pictures. So it's very helpful. And then what I do, and I'll show you, down, use this tool to have a picture, to take a picture of your screen. On Windows, down in the bottom here, you can type to search. I'll click down there, double click. And I use the snipping tool. I'll double click on snipping tool. When you get time, find out about the snipping tool. And then I'm gonna move this over out of the way. Here's a snipping tool, go new, and then your screen goes blank. And then you see there's your cursor. Go up to the upper corner, come down to the bottom corner, click it.
We can't see that.
You can't see that?
No.
Let me move over here.
Your screen is still on the family group sheet.
Oh, which one?
The family group sheet.
Okay. All right, let me come on out of that then. Okay, then I'll show you that. I'll show you that in we don't want to save them.
We can see it, we just can't see the bottom.
Okay, but anyway, there's a tool that you want to use as a family. It's called a snipping tool, and so use that tool, and you can take a snapshot of your screen, save it, and put it in a certain location, and then from that location, it takes color. It gives you the whole group page. Now, here's one other item I want to share with you about where's the DNA matches. Under DNA matches, can everybody see this? DNA matches, you see my matches?
Yeah.
Okay, on here, this filter is very helpful. Over here, you can filter, this is my son, Jerry Jr., this is my daughter, Bridget, my granddaughter, and my grandson. But you can also look at this little part of it, it says a map. Double click on the map. And on the map, what it shows you the people who your DNA matches, where they are and where they live. Yeah. So you see all those different names, and I'll give you an example. Over here in California, for example. Making it bigger. It has it says where they're at, where their names are. These are my matches. They'll show you a map. Right here, map, it shows you who they are. And there's 3 of them, San Bernardino right there. Double click on that.
Please leave your message for.
And let me move this over. Just take 1 second. And there's 3 of them right there. Those are 3 people that are over in at that location. So that's a good tool to have, is the map on your DNA matches.
Wow.
And one other thing, I'll just show you this on your DNA matches. Double click them here. When you get your matches, look over here. You can see the common ancestors. You can click on common ancestors. Here's shared DNA. Let's do the common ancestors. I just want to find all these relatives, 1,000 or more. I want to find the ones who I have common ancestors on. You double click on that. Double click on that. And watch what it does. Now, you see all right over here, you see a common ancestry with Delon, Tracy. I want to get some more of my relatives further down. Let me show you that. And
I want to just make a comment too. When you have that common ancestor, it's from people who have made trees already. So if they don't have a linked tree, then they're not going to pop up on that search.
Okay, so on this one, look at, see it says common ancestors, common ancestor. So what you do is, like I know some of them, let's say this person, Kim Dorsey, click on the common ancestor. And what the program would do, it'll show you who the common ancestor is. You see that? So it helps you in the program because she's filled out information, I filled out information, and it shows who's your common ancestor. So that's helpful. And one other thing, go ahead. The question?
I'm sorry, I was just saying that's very helpful.
Okay, now here's another.
Jerry, I was going to tell you one more thing. It'll tell you how you're related. If you go back to there, it'll tell you who you're related by. So whoever you were at.
Oh yeah, it does. It goes through that too. Let's see what you're saying. Let's go with. I wanted to get, but the thing of it is the main thing is this common ancestry. Click on that. Now here's another tool that I want to show you. See the shared DNA? Click on that. All my matches, I have like 12,000 matches, but I want to find the ones that are close matches, 4th cousins or closer. So you click on that and apply. And what it does, it goes through and it gives you all your cousins that are 4th cousins or closer. So that's my parent and child, there they are. But all these other people, there's 800 centromorgans, 266, here's Faye Coleman, 170, 4th cousins and closer. So you can focus on a group of people. You don't have to go through the 5th through 8th. Just pick on this, pick on the group that's closer than the ones close relatives, 4th or closer. But normally it's defaulted at all of them. And then you apply that. And then it goes back to the ones there. So use your filters. They're very helpful. That helps you when you do your research. So I just wanted to give you a couple of tools that you can use when you do your research. Now, that being said, do we have, questions, answers, and we can communicate with each other. It's an open forum now. Anybody else have anything you want to share or questions?
Delving into bitter roots, I couldn't find on Amazon.
Delving, DEL.
Yeah, delving into bitter.
My bitter roots.
Okay.
May I share something?
Yes.
So thank you again for showing me these tools, because I noticed an interesting use of the tool, because my Aunt Valeda and I, and we're searching for common ancestors on another side of our family. So I used the DNA matches tool, and then in the search tool, I was able to search just for that surname, Irving, and only include the surname that matches in people's tree.
Young cuz, are you on your computer now?
Yeah.
Do you want to share a screen?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, please.
Absolutely. Let's see. Okay. So here I am. So let me act as if I just came in here, so you know you can find your way through. And if you were to click on DNA and go down to DNA matches, and then
who is David?
That's my dad. So I told you my dad that he's from you know, he's of Polish descent.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we match up, is our my 43% Eastern Europe and Russia, that's all, and Baltics, that's all my dad, so.
Okay.
So let me go back. When you click on DNA and go to DNA matches and the search tool. So I wanted to find people with that match in their tree. Now I could just type Irving here, right? And it'll give me anyone who has Irving in their tree, but I wanted the surname match in their tree. And I also included similar surnames because we found that there were different spellings for Irving, several different spellings. So then when I hit search, these are the people I already know. And then down here, I got this gentleman, and I sent a message to this person, but they didn't get back to me. But this gentleman, Lonnie Grady, got back to me and gave me some information about the Irvings in his tree. So it was very helpful.
Do a shared match with him, please.
Sure, yes. So then when I hit shared matches, I have this person, Kathleen Coles. Now, I didn't know this person, but then my Aunt Valeda showed me how to keep clicking through and go to their shared matches.
Yes.
And find out how they're connected. And then I saw that they were connected through that side of my family.
Right, and that's how I found your Aunt Val. The same way. I got somebody that was a shark, and I ended up with a whale.
And then my Aunt Valeda also showed me how to organize my matches by clicking add to group and making some custom groups in here so I could color code them as I'm doing this. So now I can add this person, Kathleen Coles, to my Win Moss group, because or actually I'm going to add her to Mercersburg and Win Moss, because those are the two groups we're working. Yeah, that was really helpful on Valeda.
That's great.
Now I can keep them organized as I'm doing this.
Would you please?
It was great because you guys were the ones who said to reach out to people. So I reached out to this gentleman, and he sent me a message saying, you know, he's very interested in finding out the connections too. And he said all of his Irvings were born in Duplin County, North Carolina, and that they also had different spellings to their last names too. So we're really trying to find out this connection, because my Aunt Val can probably tell you more, but on that Irving in our tree, went to Mercersburg, which was a stop on the Underground Railroad, and we don't know anything about his life beforehand. So thank you for everything you guys have been showing me. It's really, really been very helpful.